All right, grade 7, here's another chance to practice two-point perspective. This is an example of what you're going to create. So turn your sketchbook horizontal and start by using your ruler to draw that horizon line approximately through the center of your page. Again, your vanishing points should be on either side of your page as well, and we can call them vanishing point 1 and vanishing point 2. Vanishing point 1 is on the left. Vanishing point 2 is on the right. We're going to start the same way we did with our cubes. If you think about it, a building essentially is a cube. So we're going to start the same way. Draw a vertical line through the center of your horizon line. Should be a little bit closer to vanishing point 1. Next, you're going to do the exact same thing we did in the last tutorial. You're going to draw a converging line going from both the top and the bottom of that vertical line towards vanishing point 1. You're going to do the same thing towards vanishing point 2. So all we've done so far is a vertical line and then converging lines to each vanishing point from the top and the bottom of that vertical line. That's pretty much the essence of two-point perspective. Next, we're going to close that box. So you're going to line up your ruler to the vertical line that you created at the beginning. You're going to slide your ruler over towards vanishing point 1, probably about halfway between the vertical line and vanishing point 1. You're going to draw a new vertical line, making sure that it is completely parallel to the original one we have created and also to the edge of the page. You're going to do the same thing towards vanishing point 2. So you lined up your ruler, you dragged it, and you drew a vertical line pretty much halfway between your original vertical line and vanishing point 2. Next step, we're going to focus on this little area here, and you're going to draw from the bottom of your vertical line to the top of the vertical line that is closest to vanishing point 1. You're going to draw a line. You're going to draw another line going from the top of your vertical line towards the bottom of the vertical line to the left. So essentially you're creating an X in between these two lines by going from the top of one to the bottom of the other, the top of one to the bottom of the other. The next step is to find the X, which should be meeting around the horizon line. And you're going to draw a vertical line that goes up above what we've created, like so. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to find a point somewhere on this vertical line, line it up towards vanishing point 2. Now this is kind of complicated. We're creating a roof. So it might be a little confusing, and that's okay. When it comes together, it'll be more clear. So all you've done is you found any point really on your vertical line. You could even do it from the top and line it up to vanishing point 2 to draw a line. Next thing you're going to do is from that point where the vertical line meets that converging line, you're going to draw a line connecting to this vertical and a line connecting to our original corner vertical, like so. So all we've done is we've found where our converging line meets our vertical line, and we've drawn two lines that lead to our original vertical and our second vertical that we created that's towards vanishing point 1. Now, we've basically created the front edge of our roof, and we know that what happens in the front happens in the back. So line up your ruler to this line that you've created, the right edge of your roof, and slide your ruler down until you hit the back edge of the building that you already created. Your ruler should still be parallel to this line. Again, your ruler must be parallel to this right edge of your roof. Once you're sure that it is, you can then draw a line on the back edge, and that basically closed the roof. Now, if you imagine that these converging lines aren't here anymore, as well as these, you can see the basics of the house that you've created so far. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a door. So what you want to do is choose somewhere on this right side of your building that you've created and draw a vertical line that starts from the bottom edge and ends somewhere near the top, but not all the way, like so, because usually the door does not hit the roof. Next thing you're going to do, and this might sound familiar, is from the top of this vertical line, you're going to draw a converging line towards vanishing point 2, like so. Hopefully you can imagine what we're going to do now. We've got the left side of the door, we've got the top side of the door, we've got to close the door, we need a right side of the door. So line up your ruler to that vertical line that is the door. Slide the ruler over towards vanishing point 2, making sure that that ruler is still parallel to that vertical line that's the left line of the door, and draw a line. Now, if you imagine that this vertical line isn't here anymore, you've basically got your door. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to be starting to create a window. So you're going to do it the same way you created the door by drawing a vertical line, like so, but this time it's not going to hit the floor. Usually windows don't do that. So somewhere between the door that you've just created and the corner of your house, draw a vertical line that doesn't touch the floor and doesn't touch the ceiling, like so. Hopefully you can imagine what we're going to do now. We're going to draw converging lines from the top of this vertical line and the bottom towards vanishing point 2. Again, we're drawing converging lines, from the top and the bottom of this vertical line, which is going to be the left edge of our window, towards vanishing point 2, like so. Just like we did with the door, we need to close that window. So we're going to line up our ruler to the edge of the left edge of the window that we created, the vertical line. Slide it over towards vanishing point 2. Make sure that ruler is still parallel to that edge of the window there and to the edge of your page, and draw a vertical line to close that window. Now it's hard to see clearly because we have so many converging lines, but when we erase those at the end, you'll be able to see more of what you've created. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to create one more window. This time it's going to be on the left side of the house here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go towards the opposite vanishing point. What you can understand is anything that's on the right side of the house goes to the right vanishing point. Anything on the left side of the house goes to the left vanishing point. Okay, there are a couple exceptions, but you don't need to worry about those right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to be drawing the right side this time of the window edge, and it's on the left side of the house. So use your ruler, line it up to the corner of your house so that you make sure that it's parallel. Slide it towards vanishing point 1. Stop just a little bit away from that corner, so somewhere around here. And you're drawing a window, it's probably about the same height as the window that you just drew on the right side of the house. It doesn't touch the ceiling and it doesn't touch the floor. And now we're going to draw, just like we have in all of our other elements of this house, we're going to draw converging lines that go from the top and the bottom, but since we're on the left side of the house, we're going to the left vanishing point. So go ahead and line up your ruler to the top vertical line, draw a line towards the vanishing point 1, and do the same on the bottom. You should end up with something like this. The next thing we need to do is we need to close that window. So line up your ruler to the right edge of the window that you just created. Slide it over in the direction towards the left vanishing point 1. Stop before you hit the edge of the house. We don't want it to go right to the edge of the house. So stop before you hit the edge of the house. Making sure that ruler is still parallel, you're going to draw a vertical line like so. Now again, we have a lot of lines happening. We need to get rid of some of those lines. So let's look at how we're going to do that. You're going to want to get rid of the long line that you drew from the center of the X. You're going to want to erase the X from the left side of the house. You're going to want to erase the horizon line. you're going to want to erase any converging lines that go outside of your house. So there's one. There's the second one. And a third one. Now, I could stop at the edge here, but that doesn't really look right. I need to stop at the end of my window, so I'm going to slide over here. You're, of course, doing this with an eraser very patiently. I can get rid of this line. I can move over to the other side now. So I'm going to start with the bottom edge of my house. I can get rid of anything that goes outside. Top edge. I'm going to do the edge of the roof. I'm going to do the edge of the door. So again, I stopped here, but that's not right. I need to stop at the edge of the actual door. And windows, I'm going to do the same thing. So I don't want my window going through my door. I've got to stop here. And there we have a completed house with a window and 2 doors. Congratulations. Just kidding. It's a house with a door and 2 windows. Either way, you've done it. Congratulations.